Halloween. It's October! Welcome! As you can tell, I've got my witch hat on. Yes, I did think this would be smaller when I bought it. But it's October. Thank you to everybody who watched and commented on last month's video. I really appreciated it. Everybody was so kind and so helpful with my no tech know-how. I really appreciate all of the kind words and encouragement and help. Thank you all for being so patient with me and for making it over here. I'm excited to keep doing this. I am joined today, of course, by Bunny, the guard of all wet wool, because there is something blocking behind me. I finished the Blue Monday sweater, or the body of it. Don't get too excited. Finished the body of the Blue Monday sweater yesterday. Just in time for October. Today is October 1st. If you cannot tell by the large witch hat I will wear nonstop all month. But I had Max try it on. Everything fits. It's great. Everything's going really well with it. And I'm excited to take a break from it. And maybe from this hat too. This is a lot of hat. So let's get caught up on a couple of things in this knitting journey from this month. I mentioned at the end of last month's video, I have hit 24 finished objects for 2023, which I believe beats my record for all of the years I've knit so far. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I've knit so much stuff this year. It's certainly been one of the busier years as of late for me, with getting married and doing all sorts of stuff. So I don't know where I've found the time to do all that, but I have, which has been exciting. So let's talk a little bit about that. I am at 24 finished objects, as I said. Last year at the end of 2022, I had 19 finished objects. So I've already blown myself out of the water from last year. With 4 of those finished objects being from last month. The stuff I talked about in that video, the Eastwas hat, Fern Tee, Emily gloves, and the Grass Whispers hat. This month, the goal is simple. The goal is 1 finished object. And that is the Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West, the Geogradient shawl. So I caked up my gradient for the Mystery Knit Along. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. It's fine. Everything went good. And I have my beautiful Baroque gradient with me. As I talked about last time, this is from Life in the Long Grass. Thank you to Zach from Knit Knack Zach for correcting me. And this is the colors Noon, Antique, Queen, and Baroque. I'm very excited. I think these are gonna look really, really good. I'm also just noticing that I am the colorway Noon. Oh well. The other whip for this month is the Crescendo sweater, which I've already gotten a little bit of a start on. It is by the Knitpurlgirl. I'm knitting it in, oh God, oh, this yarn is everywhere. I am knitting it in the Cascade 220 Aran weight in Superwash Merino in a discontinued color called Fuchsia, which, it's fuchsia. Like, this is, oh, it's so Barbie. It's so good. The goal is I want to try and at least get the folded collar and short row shaping for the back of the neck done before the umcal starts. I think I can probably do a little bit more than that, but I'm setting my goals low so I can achieve them because it feels good. So there's that. I also thought I would talk about some recent yarn acquisitions. and a little bit of yarn that I've talked about a lot but have not shown. So in recent acquisitions, I went with the lovely Knit Knack Zach last month to Harriet and Alice in Edina, Minnesota. The folks over there are so lovely. They are wonderful, incredibly helpful, and they have a great yarn selection. I was not gonna buy anything. That didn't happen. So this is the Blue Sky Woolstock Worsted in Highland Fleece. This is the 150 gram skeins of it that I am going to use for a Cameo vest. I cannot remember the name of the designer off the top of my head, so when I look it up and I'm editing this later, this is the name of the designer. I have this pattern through a copy of Lina magazine. If you're familiar with the green sweater I wore last month and will definitely wear probably at some point this month, the Soe sweater by Anna Strandberg, that pattern is also featured in that copy of Lina. I want to say I'm going to say it and get it wrong. December 2022. But I've been in love with that vest pattern for a long time. It is a simple button-up crew neck vest with a lovely little cable detail and some great texture. I thought that woolstock would be the perfect fiber to do it in, and I don't have anything that I've knit in white. I have one white hat, but other than that, I don't have anything in white. So I figured I have so much black and so many other colors in my wardrobe that a nice creamy neutral might be nice. I also did fall in love with a set of buttons at Harriet and Alice in this beautiful china blue that I'm planning on using as the buttons for this vest. Those buttons are really the whole reason why I had to buy this much yarn. Other than that, let's talk about a yarn I've talked a lot about but have not shown, which is the Woolstock Far in, I believe, yes, color 27. This was purchased from my local yarn shop, the Yarnery, here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Shout out to the Yarnery. They're lovely there. Shout out to their shipping wizard, Toby, who is a lovely friend of mine and does great work. And I bought this for the Javelin shawl by Teti Lutsak. I would love to just show you what this fiber looks like. What is this little fuzzy on you? Get out of here. But the ply on this, it looks like an I-cord, and it's in a super fine merino. It is so soft. I'm so excited about this one. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love a good shawl. I love to wear a shawl. I don't love knitting shawls, which is going to be an exciting experience for this month. But a heavyweight shawl, I think, is something I will really enjoy and totally get a lot of wear out of, especially here in the icy north of Minnesota. It's not supposed to be too bad, at least not soon. So I have time to make myself this lovely accessory. My favorite winter coat is this big orange coat that I bought a couple years ago from Farewell Francis on Instagram. It is a big orange coat covered in flowers, and I love it very much. And I love my shawls, but I don't have one that really goes very well with it, that is also warm and comfortable. So I figured this might be perfect to wear with it. Yeah, I wanted to show it because I talked about it ad nauseum last month and never showed it. It just sat in one of my baskets back here with a pigment stuffed animal in it. But here it is. And she's pretty and she's lovely and I'm so excited. But for now, we have a simple goal, and that is Crescendo sweater. So let's get on that. So today is October 5th, which means today is Clue 1 MCal Cast On Day. The Clue 1 for Geogradient came out, it is an 8-section long clue. So I'm currently on section 2. I've been working on it about all day because I had today off, which what a great day off to have as MCal Cast On Day. So I've been working on it most of the day, waiting for doctor's appointments and stuff, and I am working on section 2 of 8 right now, which feels slow. It's almost like I've said I have beef with fingering weight. Oh well, you know, it's how it's gonna be. I also am not sure how I feel about Baroque, the maroon kind of wine color, in contrast with the rest of these stripes. There's also a little bit of biasing going on. Hopefully nothing that a block won't take out, I don't think, but you can kind of see that. But I think the first 3 colors, the nude, antique, and queen, go together really well, and the Baroque feels a little bit sudden with them, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna give it my all. I think they're gonna look good together. I am so thrown by the fact that nude is the color of my face. I think once they're all together, I'll like it a little bit more. Other than that, today was the last day I was gonna work exclusively on my Crescendo sweater, so I figured I might show you that as well. Also, it's the first time when I'm filming and chatting that Brad has made himself present. This is our second cat, Brad. He is older. He's 6 years old. We've had him since he was 2, so 4 years now. He's gonna be 7 in January. He's a good, fluffy man. No thoughts, just Teddy Grahams in his head. He's a sweet boy. And he loves his sister very much. But the Crescendo sweater is coming along great. I'm kind of loving this. Like, I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched, but this might be a 5 out of 5. Because she's cute. And it's so bright. I'm kind of in love. It's really fun. I took the time to do the folded collar, sew my little tag in, all that good stuff. I also had a lot of questions about this sweater last month. I answered them in a couple comments, and I mentioned this earlier, but this is my Soe sweater by Anna Strandberg. This is the one that was in the Lina Winter 2023 edition with the beautiful cable along the sleeves. And the yarn that this is in is the Fiber Company's Acadia yarn, which is a DK weight yarn, and it's a merino silk alpaca blend, which felt like a rich woman. But it's in the colorway Jack Pine. Yeah. But yeah, this is probably going to be my bedtime project now that I'm working on the Mystery Knit Along. This also might be my break room project at work. For those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse. I'm an operating room nurse, and so I get moments in the day to sit and eat and stuff like that, and I usually spend some of them getting a couple rows done, so this might be a really good project to have there, where I don't have to reference the pattern as religiously. This is the wrong side. There we go. Just because I really worry about messing this up. I'm very nervous. Yeah, I know. Here we go. 1 second. There's a Brad. So yeah. Goal for today. I'm gonna crank through. I would love to finish at least section 3 tonight. If I could get halfway through this clue, that would be really cool. But I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Yeah. I really appreciate your support in this trying time, Brad. Yeah. Okay, I'll put you down. So let's talk a little bit about Mystery Knit Along with the updated Clue 1. So Clue 1 was, the original Clue 1 got scrapped, and so we ripped back, we started again. It's now this square that's knit in the round. I'm still pretty early on, but I will say I think it looks really nice. You can kind of see where my increases are. With the way that my needles are currently situated, it's not the most conducive to showing you kind of what I'm working with, but I think it looks nice. Not sure what I'm gonna think of Baroque once I add it in, but like I said before, we're gonna do the dang thing. So I'll get that done. Also, on a fully separate note, I went with the lovely Zach from Knit Neck Zach to a new yarn shop in town, the Dandelion Fiber Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was so fun. Everybody there was really nice. I got a lot of fun goodies. Thought I might talk about them. Specifically, I got my first ever Farmer's Daughter fiber. I've never bought Farmer's Daughter before. I follow them on Instagram. I've been lusting after this yarn for forever, but it's so pretty. This is the Pishkin yarn in the colorway Dirty Little Dandelion. So I have 2 of those. Look at the ply on these. It's a 100% Montana and Wyoming Rambouillet? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's really pretty. I was thinking maybe a Sophie shawl with these, just because I really like this color. And like I said, I've never knit with this fiber before, but I did my little wool sensitivity trick where I wandered around the store holding this against my neck like a weirdo for the entire time. So felt good, felt cozy. So that was good. I'm excited to try this out. I also got myself some cute little flower stitch markers in all shades of pink and a new little interchangeable needle holder because my little Chow-Gu case is truly falling apart. So I thought that might be nice. Also, it's pink because we know how I feel about pink. Also, for those curious, this is the Aosta cardigan by the Knitpurlgirl. Do a little, don't mind all of the stuff behind me. This is the Aosta cardigan in the Cascade Eco Wool in maroon. These buttons are from Pigeon Wishes on Etsy. I think they're cherry pie buttons. They're very cute. Today it's officially under 50 degrees. And I'm one of the only people in Minnesota who is so excited about that. But yeah, had a lovely lunch out. Got myself some new yarn, which I did not need, but I am excited about. I'll get my needles all set up in my new little case, and then we'll get some more done on this. I think maybe I can finish Clue 1 by the end of the weekend, even with ripping back. So we'll give that a shot.
Every time we wrote a song, that was unbelievable. The music industry keep the funk in their music.
Ducks.
So, I know I said that I thought I could finish Clue 1 over the weekend. That did not end up happening really at all. So I just now today am on the last stripe of my Clue 1. Hi, Bunny. I'm on the last stripe as of today, which I decided, I saw a lot of people getting very creative with Clue 1, and I wish I'd done some more creative things with it, but what I ended up doing is deciding that instead of my gradient going from A, B, C, D, and then A, B, C, D again, I decided to go A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A, B, C. To just keep fading it from lightest to darkest, back to lightest to darkest, instead of that kind of set and jump. I'm gonna finish this last stripe today, and then I'm gonna take a break. Not for long, just for a day or two, because today Clue 2 came out. Today is the 11th or the 12th. Today's the 12th, I think. Yeah, today's the 12th. Confidence is key. Today's the 12th, and so I don't want to get too far behind. I'm gonna finish Clue 1 today, but I'm gonna pick up Clue 2 maybe Saturday. I was about to say, because it doesn't seem too long, which I know is gonna be the kiss of death to say that. So I'm gonna not do that. There was a cat poking at me. Oh, she's over there. There we go. That's a great spot for her to be. Just because I've been getting a little tired by the process. I was like a day and a half into Clue 2. Clue 1, I was more than halfway done when the clue got changed. And I ripped it all out. So it took the wind out of my sails just a touch. And I'm remembering the reason why I was hesitant to do the MCAL in the beginning, which is it's deadline knitting. I don't love having dates that I should be done by. I like having it be a little more fluid than that, and I can take breaks and flip between things. Because once I add a deadline to it, it feels like homework. It feels like a chore. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna stop trying to hold myself to such a severe deadline. And that'll hopefully give me some enthusiasm back for this project. Other than that, once I finish this last stripe, I am going to pick back up my Crescendo sweater because, like I said, I've been really excited about it. I really want to work on it. I've split for sleeves. I did all of that. So now I'm just working the body of it. I still think it's so adorable. I think it's gonna be really fun. I can't wait to wear it. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to work on the MCAL when in the corner of my eye I have this sitting on my pile of projects, which means that the idea that I had that I was going to have this simultaneous project and I was going to flip between them both failed me because I just want to work on the Crescendo. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. On a separate note, this is the Kingston cardigan by Taylor Owens. I'm trying to be good about this month saying what all my knits are because, like I said last month, I got a bunch of comments asking about the Soe sweater. I should have just said it was the Soe sweater in the middle. I don't know why I forgot. But this is the Kingston cardigan by Taylor Owens. It's got this kind of 2x2 cable raglan increase. It also connects down under the arm, if you can see that. This is in Frank Ochre Rios by Malabrigo. And these buttons are again from Pigeon Wishes on Etsy. Pigeon Wishes, in my opinion, is the hookup for fun buttons. I really like them. They're based in Liverpool. I get a lot of my buttons from them. So yeah, gonna sit down, gonna finish Clue 1, and then I think I'm gonna spend today and tomorrow doing some knitting on my Crescendo. Today is my day off. I sat around in doctor's appointments again because all I do is sit around in doctor's appointments on my day off. And I'm gonna try and give myself a little bit of pep. I'm so bummed that I feel as worn out by this project as I do. I really want to be having fun. And it's nothing to do with the pattern. It's nothing to do with like the MCAL itself. It's just that it's deadline knitting. Hi, bunny. Let me hold a girl. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Oh, and my baby girl. So I've held both cats so far in this month's vlog. That's fun. She doesn't like to be held as much as Brad, but when she wants it bad. So gonna finish Clue 1 and then take a break. Gonna be nice to my brain. It's been a really long week so far and it's only Thursday. Let's do something nice for me, huh, bunny? Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you. Oh, the October that it has been so far. So, we're still working away on now clue 3 of the MCAL. Clue 2 is done. I'm not really far enough into it to show you any meaningful amount of the clue 3 design, but I'll show you where I'm at. Of course, I'm in the middle of a row too, so that doesn't help. But this is where we're at so far. You can see the beginning of the slip stitch pattern for clue 3. What I'm planning on doing for clue 3 is the same kind of fade in and out that I did in clue 1, where I'm going to go from light to dark, then dark back to light, instead of just doing light to dark, light to dark. I don't think I'm gonna finish this by the end of October, which is a bummer because that was the goal. I said it was the one goal, and I don't think I'm gonna achieve it. Today is Monday, October 23rd. Clue 4 comes out this Thursday, and I don't think I'm gonna finish this in time. I've been behind since clue 2. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, which is frustrating. I don't know. It's just been a month. I keep saying it's been a day on top of a week on top of a month. Like, it's just been a lot lately. And so this project isn't the problem, but it's not the solution, is where I'm at. And I'm bummed because I want it to be done. I think it'll be cool, but I don't know. You might remember I also talked about working on my my Crescendo pullover. The body is done. The body is finished. I gave it a block because it's superwash, and one day I'll learn how much superwash tends to grow in my gauge, but that day is not today or last week when I blocked this. But I wanted to get a feel for where we were going to be at. I started on the sleeve. I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be cute. It fits really nice. It hits kind of right where I like my sweaters to hit, not too cropped, so I can still raise my arms. But we're working away. But like I said, it's been a month. The last week, knitting just has not felt fun. It's been a tough week at work. It's been a tough week at life. And I don't know, as a person with chronic pain, it's the first time I've ever had pain in my wrists and hands. So I felt like I couldn't knit as much as I usually do, which was really frustrating. And I felt really sad and bummed out. And I was like, well, what will make me feel better? So I bought myself a treat. This is not the solution, but it did make me feel a little better. There is a sweater pattern that I love very dearly called the Yokelore sweater. I can't remember the name of the designer. Again, it'll be right here. This is the designer of the Yokelore. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of geometric colorwork sweater with these kind of triangles that branch out into the yoke. And it's very cool. And so I was daydreaming about having a project that energized and made me happy. And so I sat down on the Yarnery's website and I put in a pickup order for yarn for this sweater, which I probably won't make till the new year. But I'm excited about the colors, at least. For my first color, I've got this kind of dark navy blue for like right at the collar, and then following it with, this is all in Ultra Wool Decay, I should say. This is one of those yarns where they don't put the colorway name on it. Why did they do that to me? Why would they do that? It's this navy blue and then this light blue. This one I remember is called Forget Me Not. So Forget Me Not into this white, into this kind of golden ochre color. This has been like a color I've really gravitated towards this year. Into this gray, which I remember is called Fog. And that'll be the main body color. So that's fun and exciting. I think that could be something fun. I don't know. Also, this is the Lakes pullover by Ozetta. The yarn that I made this in is Explorer Knits DK Boucle in Muckross from her National Parks collection. Great yarn base. And this sweater is like light as a cloud. It's so nice. I didn't want to go to work today. I was having a bad brain day and I was not feeling it. So I threw this on and left this morning. And then we had a bunch of cases cancel. So I got to leave at like lunchtime, which was really nice. It's not nice for my paycheck, but it was nice for my brain. And so I've been home sitting working on this slip stitch clue. I got a little bit of kind of assistance with starting it out from, you love, the lovely Knit Knack Zach, who I talk about constantly on this vlog. We were at a knitting meetup with our larger knitting group, and we talked a little bit about it there, and then he came to game night at my house and we talked about it again. But yeah, it's these kind of like, they kind of weave together a little bit. I don't know if that is really very visible at all. And my tension with these slip stitches is not fantastic, but I think it'll look interesting. I wish I was having more fun. And this is such a bummer update to do, that I'm not really having fun. And it's not the pattern's fault, and it's not Stephen West's fault. Like, it is really just, I just don't think this kind of process is for me. I think maybe I just need to be more freeform in my knitting. I was talking with Max the other night about, once I hit November, November is going to be anti-slump knitting. So just stuff to kind of get my head back in the game, make me happy. Because I'm staring at these two projects, and right now I don't see an end of the month where I have either finished. So I think by the end of this week, I've got to make the call of, I've got to just finish one of these just to have it done. Because the idea of going into November with both of these still on my needles is exhausting to me. Because I want November to be something that is rejuvenating with all of the holiday hustle and bustle that's going to be starting up. And I have all these plans for November, but when it's physically hard to knit and not joyful to knit because life, I don't know. I have plans for the Javelin shawl next month, the Sophie shawl with that beautiful Farmer's Daughter fiber that I showed you. I want to make the Lakes pullover again by Ozetta. I've seen versions where people do it with stripes, and I have a ton of yarn in my stash with no plans for it that I figured might be really fun for something like that. And I wear this sweater all the time. It's a really great fit and a great cut. So hopefully that'll help. I didn't want this to be a sad update, but I'm a little bit in my feelings about it. Yeah. So, if you cannot tell, I made the call on Wednesday evening, which was the 25th of October. And I decided to sit down and finish the Crescendo sweater so I could have something done for the month of October, because it was starting to seem like that was not going to happen. So it's done. It still needs a good proper block on the sleeves, but I think it's really cute. I really like the color. I love the folded collar details, and I kind of freestyled the sleeves a little bit because I like a little bit more. Hi, I like a little bit more space in my sleeves. Brad would like to say hello. I don't have a proper rating for it just yet, just because the month was long and tiresome. So I need to make sure, yes, hello. I need to make sure that I can properly separate the experience of just existing this month from the experience of knitting this pattern, because I think this is a high-ranking pattern for sure, but the month was an arduous task. Other than that, I have done a little bit of work on the mystery knit along. I am still on section 1 of clue 3, which is the slip stitch wingtips of the shawl. I haven't started clue 4 yet. It's been out since Thursday. Today is Sunday, the 29th. But you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing here, where I'm doing the dark to light to dark gradient instead of just picking back up at light at the end of each gradient. So yeah, I'm not going to finish it by the end of October, but I'm going to try and get some meaningful amount of it done before the end of the month. Other than that, I have some new yarn, which I feel like I've had new yarn every time I've filmed this month, but this one is not my fault. This one came to me completely separate. My lovely parents were in town visiting this weekend, which was really nice. It was really fun to see them, and they were in Ireland back in September of this year, and so they very kindly picked us up some gifts from there. They went to an Irish yarn shop and wanted to make sure they were getting yarn from Ireland, so they got me 4 skeins of Life in the Long Grass, which was very, very sweet of them. It's this delicious blue-green. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna make with it. I don't do a ton with fingering weight, so I get to go pattern shopping, which is very exciting. But they got me Life in the Long Grass Moon base, which is a 20% silk, 80% superwash merino base in the colorway Harbor. And it has this lovely, I think you can see it pretty well on this skein, this lovely kind of brown and coppery flecks in there. It's a very pretty variegation. And I think it's going to be really nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I'm excited about it. Other than that, I will see you in a couple days to wrap up this month. Hopefully by then I will have a proper rating for the Crescendo sweater. It'll hopefully be properly blocked by then, and I'll have a little bit more progress done on the mystery knit along. So yeah, I'll see you then. And with that, we've reached the end of another month. Today is October 31st. Happy Halloween. It is currently about 7 p.m. I just got home from work. This is the last of my brain that I am putting here for you to talk about knitting. Let's end the month the way we started it. There we go. So this is going to be a quick end of the month update because I only finished one item. And that, of course, is the Crescendo sweater. It's now fully blocked. It looks very nice. I'm very pleased with it. The rating that it currently has in my notes, because I like to let my ratings be a little bit fluid. They can shift and change with my wear of an item, whether I get more or less wear out of it than I expect. When it finally gets to be slotted into my wardrobe, I can reassess. Right now it has a 4.5 out of 5, just because I had a hard time this month separating knitting the pattern and wearing the finished garment from the experience this month of having a lot of pain, not really wanting to knit, which didn't negatively impact my experience of this pattern, but just kind of negatively impacted the month. So there's that, but I really like it. I like it a lot. It's really cozy and soft. But yeah, that's all for this month. That's all I finished. The mystery knit along, the Geogradient is still on the needles. At this point, I have spoiled myself for the final product. I know what it's gonna look like. I'm not going to venture a guess right now as to what my finished rating for it is going to be, since I'm still in the first half of clue 3. I'm closer to the end of the wingtip than I was, but I'm still in the first half. So I can't adequately say what I think it's going to end up being. But it's going to go into November. I'm going to work on it then. The other plans for November are to do the first sleeve of the Blue Monday sweater, which is Max's Christmas present, which I haven't touched all month. So it'll be good to get back to that and get something done on it. And then just some anti-slump knitting along with the Mystery Knit Along. I have plans for the rest of the year to do another Lakes pullover like this one, a Sophie shawl in that dirty little dandelion pishkin base from Farmer's Daughter Fiber that I showed you earlier in the month, Javelin shawl by Teti Lutsak in the Woolstock Far colorway 27, and some stuff that I've gathered for the new year, just some other things to toy around with. But that's about it. That's where we're at on this Halloween night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a lovely October. I hope wherever you are, you're staying cozy and warm. There's snow on the ground outside here in St. Paul, so I'm gonna be spending the evening under a blanket, enjoying some appropriately festive TV. And thank you all so much for being so kind and so helpful with your comments and your feedback over the last month. It is really, I am very overwhelmed with how wonderful everybody has been. I would also like to give a shout out to the person I went to middle school with who accidentally stumbled upon my video. I'm so sorry for that jump scare, and I genuinely hope you're doing so well. But that's all for me from October. I will see you next month. Bye. It's a bunny girl. It's a bunny girl. Can I get you? Whoa. Oh. Whine and complain. Whine and complain. Look at yourself, bunny. Aren't you the most beautiful girl who's ever lived? Yeah. Oh, okay.